They fetched the food and she's wiring in. He said, "Are you enjoying your cheeseburger?" She said, "Oh, I am. Would I be mistaken in thinking that's tomato sauce?" He says, "It is." She says, "Give us a squirt." They both burst out laughing. He said, "Glass cups, Graham. Be careful or we'll see up your nose." More laughter. She said, "Graham's quite refined. He often has a dry sherry." "Well, he could do with smartening up a bit," Mr. Turnbull said. "Plastic Mac. He wants one of those quilted jobs. I've shifted a lot of those." "I don't like those quilted jobs," I said. "He sweats," Mother said. "There's no excuse for that in this day and age," Mr. Turnbull said. "The range of preparations there are on the market. You want to invest in some roll-on deodorant." Everybody could hear. "And flares are anathema, even in Bradford." "Graham doesn't care, do you, Graham?" Mother said. "He reads a lot." "So what?" Mr. Turnbull said. "I know several big readers who still manage to be men about town. Lovat Green's a nice shade. I tell you this, Graham," he said. "If I were squiring a young lady like this around town, I wouldn't do it in grey socks and sandals. These shoes are Italian. Feel 'em." "I always think Graham would have made a good parson," Mother said, feeling his foot. "Only he doesn't believe in God." "That's no handicap these days," Mr. Turnbull said. "What do you do?" "He's between jobs at present," Mother said. "He used to do soft toys for handicapped children. Then he was making paper flowers at one stage." I went to the toilet. "When I came back," he said, "I don't believe in mental illness. 9 times out of 10 it's a case of pulling your socks up." I didn't say anything. Mother said, "Yes, well, I think the pendulum's gone too far." She didn't look at me. "It's like these girls not eating," he said. "They'd eat if they'd been brought up like us, Vera. Nothing to eat." "That's right," Mother said. "They have it too easy." "Did you marry?" "Twice," he said. "I buried Amy last May. I was heartbroken, but life has to go on. I've a son lives in Stevenage. I've 2 grandsons, one at the motorbike stage. Do you drive?" "No," I said. "You do," Mother said. "You had that scooter." "It was only a moped," I said. "Well, a moped, Graham, they're all the same. I can't get him to blow his own trumpet." "I've got a Rover 2000, Mr. Turnbull said. Handles like a dream." "I think the solution to mental illness is hard physical work. Making raffia mats. I'd go mad." "Yes," says Mother. "Only they do pottery as well. I've seen some nice ashtrays." "Feather bedding," Mr. Turnbull said. "Do you like these Pakistanis?" "Well, in moderation," Mother said. "We have a nice newsagent. Graham thinks we're all the same." I said I thought you did. She said, "Well, I do when you explain it all to me, Graham, but then I forget the explanation and I'm back to square one." "There is no explanation," Mr. Turnbull said. "They sell mangoes in our post office. What explanation is there for that?" "I know," Mother said. "I smelt curry on my woman's own. You have to be educated to understand." I didn't say anything. He ran us home, promised to give her a tinkle next time he was in the neighbourhood. Said he was often round here tracking down 2-tone cardigans. "Your mother's a grand woman," he said. "You want to cherish her." He does," Mother said. "You're my boyfriend, aren't you, Graham?" She put her arm through mine. "There must be a famine on somewhere, because we were just letting our midday meal go down when the vicar calls with some envelopes. Breezes in, anorak and running shoes, and he says, 'I always look forward to coming to this house, Mrs. Whittaker.' He's got the idea she's deaf, which she's not. It's one of the few things she isn't. He says, Do you know why? It's because you two remind me of Jesus and his mother. Well, I've always thought Jesus was a bit offhand with his mother, and on one occasion I remember he was quite snotty with her, but I didn't say anything. And of course Madam is over the moon. In her book, if you can't get compared with the Queen Mother, the Virgin Mary's the next best thing. She says, "Are you married?" She asks him every time, never remembers. He said, "No, Mrs. Whittaker, I am married to God." She says, "Where does that leave you with the housework?" He said, "Well, I don't do as well as your Graham. He's got this place looking like a palace." She says, "Well, I do my whack. I washed 4 pairs of stockings this morning." She hadn't. She put them in the bowl and they slipped her mind, so the rest of the operation devolved on me. He said, "How are you today, Mrs. Whittaker?" She says, "Stiff down one side." I said she had a fall yesterday. She says, "I never did." I said, "You did, mother. You had a fall. Then you ran into Mr. Turnbull." She says, "That's right, I did." And she starts rooting in her bag for lipstick. She says, "That's one of them anoraky things, isn't it? They've gone out now, those. If you want to look like a man about town, you want to get one of those continental quilts." He said, "Oh?" I said she means those quilted jackets. She said he knows what I mean. "Where did you get those shoes?" He said, "They're training shoes." She said, "Training for what? Are you not fully qualified?" He said, "If Jesus were alive today, Mrs. Whittaker, I think you'd find these were the type of shoes he would be wearing." "Not if his mother had anything to do with it," she said. "She'd have him down Stead and Simpson's and get him into some good brogues." Somebody was telling me the Italians make good shoes. The vicar takes this as his cue to start on about people who have no shoes at all, and via this to the famine in Ethiopia. I fork out 50p, which he says will feed 6 families for a week, and she says, "Well, it would have bought me some Quality Street." When he's at the door, he says, "I take my hat off to you, Graham. I've got a mother myself." When I get back in, she said, "Vicar, you look more like a paper boy. How can you look up to somebody in pumps?" Just then there's a knock at the door. "Get down," she says, "he's back." Only it isn't. It's Mr. Turnbull. New outfit this time. Little suede coat, corduroy collar, and maroon trousers. She says, "You're colourful. We just happened to have these slacks on offer," he says. "I was wondering whether you fancied a run out to Bolton Abbey." "Bolton Abbey," she says. "Ooh, that's right up our street, isn't it, Graham?" Graham's good with buildings, aren't you, Graham? He knows all the periods of houses. There's one period that's just come in. Other people don't like it yet, but we do, don't we, Graham? "I don't know," I said. "You do. What is it?" "Victorian," I said. "That's it, Victorian. Only there's a lot being pulled down." Mr. Turnbull yawns. "I've got a little bungalow." "That's nice," Mother says. "I like a nice bungalow. Don't you, Graham?" "Yes," I said, "provided it's not a blot on the landscape." "Mine's architect designed," says Mr. Turnbull. "It has a patio and a breakfast bar. It overlooks a beauty spot." "Oh," said Mother, "sounds tip-top. We'd better get our skates on, Graham." He said, "I've got to pick up a load of green 3/4 length wind cheaters in Ilkley. There won't really be room for a third party. Isn't there anything on at the pictures?" "Oh, we'll be happy reading," Mother said. "Won't you, Graham?" "Anyway," Mr. Turnbull says, "you don't always want to be with your mother at your age, do you, Graham?" I didn't say anything. I've been laid on my bed reading one of my magazines. I've a feeling that somebody's looking at the house, only I can't see anybody. Once or twice I think I've heard a knock on the door, but I haven't gone, in case there's nobody there.